A young king journeyed across the battlefield for over 10 years, with his army of more than 40,000 soldiers, conquering half the world's empires. Alexander the Great, the journey of a world conqueror. In a world divided by wars and longing for unity, one ruler embarked on an ambitious journey that would forever transform the ancient landscape. This is the epic tale of Alexander the Great, whose conquest stretched from the verdant valleys of Macedonia to the steppes of India. Born in the kingdom of Macedonia in 356 BC, Alexander was the son of King Philip II and Queen Olympias. From a young age, he was taught by the philosopher Aristotle, whose teachings on medicine, philosophy, and the arts ignited a thirst for knowledge in the young prince. By the age of 16, Alexander had not only mastered the art of war, but had also developed an appreciation for the cultures and philosophies of his lands. In 336 BC, the balance of power shifted dramatically when Philip II was assassinated at his daughter's wedding. Alexander swiftly ascended to the throne at the tender age of 20. He quickly demonstrated his resolve by quashing rebellions and securing his borders. With his kingdom stabilized, Alexander looked east to the vast Persian Empire. In 334 BC, he crossed the Hellespont into Asia Minor with an army of 40,000 men, both Macedonians and Greeks, setting the stage for one of history's greatest military campaigns. His first major battle against the Persians was at the river Granicus. Against overwhelming odds, Alexander's tactical genius shone as he led a cavalry charge that would decimate the Persian front lines, earning his first significant victory. Following his victories in Asia Minor, Alexander's forces swept southward through Syria and Phoenicia, liberating the city-states and proclaiming himself the liberator from Persian tyranny. In 332 BC, Alexander entered Egypt, where he was welcomed as a pharaoh and seen as a deliverer from Persian rule. In Egypt, Alexander founded the city of Alexandria, envisioning it as a hub of commerce and culture. He consulted with the oracles and was declared the son of the god Amun, which solidified his divine status amongst his followers. Leaving Egypt, Alexander marched his army into Mesopotamia, where in 331 BC, he faced King Darius III at the decisive Battle of Gaugamela. Employing a brilliant tactical strategy, Alexander outflanked the much larger Persian army, leading to a spectacular victory that left the Persian Empire at his mercy. With Darius fleeing, Alexander captured Babylon, Susa, and Persepolis, the heart of the Persian Empire. In Persepolis, he famously ordered the burning of the Persian palace, signaling the end of Persian dominance in the region. Alexander's insatiable quest for conquest led him further east, to the rugged terrains of Central Asia and the steppes of modern-day Pakistan and India. In 326 BC, he faced one of his toughest opponents yet, King Paris of the Paurava kingdom, at the Battle of the Hydaspes River. Despite the ferocious resistance and daunting moral offense, Alexander's troops prevailed. The battle was costly, but it demonstrated Alexander's willingness to push his men to the limits of their endurance for the sake of expansion. Exhausted and wounded, both physically and in spirit, Alexander's army urged him to return home. In 323 BC, after a decade of conquests, they began their journey back to Macedonia. However, they only made it as far as Babylon, where Alexander's health rapidly declined after a feverish illness. On June 10, 323 BC, at the age of 32, Alexander the Great died in the palace of Nebuchadnezzar II in Babylon. The cause of his death remains a mystery. Some say it was poison, others claim he succumbed to a fever. His death marked the end of an era and the beginning of a long period of instability and division among his generals. Alexander's empire fragmented soon after his death, but his legacy was far-reaching. The cultural diffusion and cities he founded shaped the Hellenistic world, blending Greek and Eastern customs that would endure for centuries. Alexander's strategies and battles are studied in military schools around the world even today. He is remembered not just as a military conqueror, but as a visionary who reshaped the world. From a young king of a small kingdom to a world conqueror, Alexander the Great's ambition knew no bounds. His legacy continues to inspire and intrigue scholars, adventurers, and leaders. In the annals of history, he remains truly great. Alexander's life and exploits have been studied and admired for centuries. Historians, military strategists, and leaders have all looked to his campaigns for lessons in leadership, strategy, and the complex dynamics of power. His ambitions reshaped the world, extending the reach of Greek civilization and setting the stage for the Roman Empire's rise. From the strategic marriages he arranged to the cities he founded, from his tactical genius on the battlefield to his vision of a unified empire, Alexander's achievements are unparalleled. His legacy is not just in the conquered territories or the battles he won, but in the cultural exchanges that his empire enabled, fostering a melting pot of ideas that would shape future civilizations. In the annals of history, Alexander the Great stands apart, not merely as a conqueror, but as a visionary who saw beyond the immediate glory of battle to the deeper potential of cultural synthesis. His ambition knew no bounds, and he remains truly great, a title that few in history can claim alongside him. There are still many fascinating stories about Alexander left to explore. In the next episode, we'll discuss other aspects of his success. Stay tuned for the upcoming episode.